Oh. Are you supposed to be one of the villagers?
Jesus Christ.
Morning.
Morning.
Well. If it isn't
Mr.
9:45
8 a.m.
himself.
Yeah, why are you so late?
I'm not really a morning person.
Chad, you're supposed to talk like one of the little villagers.
Yeah. Plus, that's not even the one we're supposed to be talking about right now.
What are we talking about?
You're spoiling the show.
No one told me.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure it was your idea.
No, I said
my
if it's
God.
worth talking about, we'll talk about that, and then we never decided.
Oh my God. Chad doesn't even know what he texts.
It's so funny.
Yeah, reread the text, you idiots.
You show up for a Last of Us review dressed as Minecraft.
I said, well, first of all, Justin said 8 a.m. podcast.
Yeah.
And I said, what are we going to do The Last of Us if it's worth talking about? And Justin said, Last of Us tomorrow, Minecraft Tuesday. And Chad goes, then probably Last of Us and do Minecraft Tuesday.
You said if it's worth talking about, and then we
But you
never...
said then probably Last of Us.
Then.
You didn't say any if then. You just turned it into probably.
You said
can't chain off of my if.
You said if, I said then. No one said it was worth talking about.
Sitting here waiting for Chad to get on and talk about The Last of Us so that he could color a box.
Oh, I didn't color it.
What the hell's on the front of it?
It's the nose.
I know, but what'd you use?
It's like an incense holder.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So we're talking about Last of Us?
You thought The Last of Us wasn't worth talking about?
Yeah.
It's like the biggest episode of the season.
Biggest episode of the series.
Again, I haven't played the game, so I had no idea that shit was going to go down.
You guys made me go to Minecraft movie.
Shows up 50 minutes late for the wrong review.
Why'd you switch mics?
So this could fit inside my head?
So should we decide in the group if we're officially talking about The Last of Us, since that was unclear?
Your entrance was great, and it's almost better that your entrance was for the wrong review, and that you still have pieces of cardboard in your hair.
We're doing Minecraft.
We're not.
I don't... Let's talk about Last of Us.
Today on Total Dogshit, we are going to find out if The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2 was good or total dogshit. Ah!
You should try to aim your mic down more so we can capture more
Fart?
bass from that, yeah.
God, give me like a mini heart attack. Why did you scream like that?
Well, was it worth talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
It
ahead.
happened,
I was
Chad.
so shocked I stopped taking notes.
We went golfing.
I'm devastated.
Yeah, Ellie, you hadn't played the game, so what do you think?
Oh. I'm devastated. I'm worried that I'm not going to like any of the rest of it now.
Yeah.
Welcome to the program.
When I was watching it, I was like, no way. There's no way. There's no way. Like, somebody's going to come. There's no way. And
Did
then,
you get spoiled before it?
no. I had no idea that was coming.
That must have been pretty cool then.
I
Yeah.
knew it was coming, and I still did not know it was coming. Like, I was just like, no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, still there was a part of me that was like, what if they didn't? And then the shotgun blasted his knees. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this from the game because I didn't know what was happening in the game. And once his knees got shotgun, I'm like, you can't recover from that. What the how are they going to handle that? And he did not recover from that.
I was surprised to see they went full on golf club because it's been such a meme. But it was even a slow reveal. She like turns and the camera pans to the golf club all.
Is that what you guys meant by, I wonder how they're going to handle the golfing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Early in the episode, it shows the golf clubs, too, and I was like, oh, no. It's happening.
Well, even I was watching as a total idiot. When I saw the golf clubs, like when they panned to them, I was like, okay, something's going to happen with golfing. Gosh. As a person who didn't play the game, that was absolutely soul crushing.
I mean, the soul crushing in the game, having to watch it twice was pretty bad. I felt kind of a little bit physically sick watching it.
Yeah, and there went all Chad's theories about it being glossier.
It's still kind of glossy.
It's still kind of glossy.
Whatever that means.
What, in the game, was it much more unglossed?
Man,
It's hard to explain.
when he tried to get up for Ellie, can't believe they went there.
Get up for me, Daddy.
And also, I was, because of this episode, I was less frustrated about the slowness and the regularities of life of last episode. Last time we talked about it, I was kind of annoyed that it was just like, therapy appointment, living regular life. But then this episode, I was like, oh, okay. Because otherwise it would feel a little Mad Max-y. Like, you know, when you watch Mad Max and it's just nonstop action.
There's shit in your hair, Chad.
Shit in it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, box crumbs. Because I stabbed out the eyes with scissors real quick and didn't really clean up.
So funny you're late for that. It's not even what we're reviewing. All right, I have to run real fast. I'm sorry. It's your fault too, Chad.
Let the record show that Justin overslept by 45 minutes.
Damn, 45?
Yeah. My alarm didn't go off.
And then he's trying to take the heat off of himself because you were also late because you were DIYing.
He was technically here first.
Look, I was making the most
I was here
of what
first.
you guys made me do this weekend.
Chad, did you oversleep?
Yeah, what happened, Chad?
What?
Did you oversleep?
This isn't about me. You overslept.
I did. That's why
and
I'm
then
hoping you did too.
As soon as he found out you were late, he was like, "Oh, good. Well, it's fine. Chad was late."
I don't understand how my alarm didn't go off.
Mm-hmm.
You blamed it on Chelsea.
Yeah, we're telling.
I said I wonder if she turned off my alarm because I had it set
No.
like
You
7
didn't
times.
say I wonder. You said I think Chelsea may have silenced my alarm.
Yeah, maybe.
Chelsea said he must have forgot to set an alarm. I can't wait to tell her that you said it was her. Oh, you're in trouble now, Justin.
Yeah, wait till this goes live and Chelsea sees that you blamed her for shutting off your alarm.
I already told her.
Ah! All right, I'll be back.
All right.
You can tell Justin overslept by that.
Look at him. He's a zombie. He's a
Look at
Last
that
of Us
hairdo.
character. Oh,
Oh no.
Oh, can't show that.
I'll have to blur that.
You should Minecraft pixelate it.
He's gonna leave his computer on like that.
He's just going to leave it up. He's not going to leave the app. He's
This explains so much.
going to just record.
It's just gonna stay on after we leave.
I know. He's going to forget, and then he's going to be sitting there jerking it, and we're all going to pop back on.
Oh no.
All right. Well, I'm going to shower and actually start my day.
Yeah, get that crust out of your hair before we start filming again.
I'm excited for the Minecraft review.
Can't believe Chad was an hour late because he was crafting.
I was Minecrafting.
Well,
See you guys in a bit.
Okay, bye.
yep.
Get the fuck up, Joel. Yeah.
You're echoing now, Justin.
I think it's Chad's side. Bye, Chad.
Bye, Chad.
Officially over it.
That was the final straw.
Fuck this amateur hour bullshit.
But he started the recording, so this is all good content.
Oh, there he is.
Check, 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 check.
Well, yours is like really loud now.
Yours is distorting, Chad.
Jesus Christ.
I think Harry had the right idea by just not having a mic. He has no issues over there.
Check, check.
That's good.
Yeah. Dozel was saying that he can't take Harry serious without a professional mic, and so did Cody.
Buy me a mic.
Ugh, Justin, if you're gonna gulp that hard, you need to back away from the microphone. I will leave the meeting if you keep doing that. I literally will leave.
That's how the podcast is going to disband.
Yeah.
Allie's going to get upset about a chewing noise and then bail.
Chad, you're going to hate me, but your mic could come up a little bit.
You're so fucking stupid.
Today on Total Dogshit. Wait, we already did that, right?
You can do it again.
There's a lot of spoilers ahead. We need to find out if it is good or total dog shit. We'll find out.
Questions first. Who does all the hair cutting? Because the girl in Fireflies had perfect bangs.
Hey, what about the buzzed head chick?
I worry if we start to ask too many questions about that group, it's just like I could spoil it and answer them. But I think them being groomed makes sense for their situation. now, like from where they're coming from. At the beginning,
I'm not talking about just them. I want to know why does everybody have a haircut?
I mean, they have a town, they got jobs.
They got
Someone's
therapists.
going to be a barber. Yeah, they have therapists now.
The Fireflies don't. All of the Firefly kids had haircuts.
Those aren't Fireflies. Like, they have a new group now.
You
I want to answer your question, but I can't without going into future spoilers.
So did everybody take notes?
Yep.
yeah.
Well, should we start at the beginning?
Yeah.
Well, I liked that they did the thing, but I'm also torn because I don't like that they did the thing.
Yeah, it's weird. The show is now, I feel like they're going to lose a lot of viewers.
Leading up to the big thing, it did once again show Abby's motivations. Like, it showed her at the beginning having the dream sequence, which at first I thought it was just going to play out that scene as she ran into him, and it turned out to be a dream sequence. Kind of would have preferred them to just play out what actually happened, because they're not opposed to like jumping around time periods, but I do think that I'm coming around on them showing Abby's motivations just so viewers like who aren't playing the game can see why she's doing it, which the non-linear storytelling of the game, you got more of Abby's perspective because they told the story in different chunks, like large different chunks, but I can already tell they're not going to do that for the game, for the movie. Fuck it. The show.
Nailed it.
The show.
The play, the musical.
I can already tell they're going to do a little more like Abby's story and Ellie's story being told at the same time, which they didn't really do as much in the game. And so I think I just need to accept that that's what they're going to do. They're going to reveal more of Abby's stuff that I'm used to them in the game holding off till later. And they're going to try to tell them in parallel. And I think that will work as long as they can pull off that like bouncing between storylines well.
I have 2 questions. In the game, does Ellie's like relationship drama come off so
Fake?
fake and just like I'm not interested? Like, we're in the game, were you interested in her relationship stuff, or was it just like, all right, let's get this over with?
With Dina or with Joel?
With Dina or anybody else that she has a crush on, because like it opens up with Jesse going to wake her up for her watch, and then she was like, he's like, I heard about what happened, and she's like, we kissed, it's not a big deal, she kissed me, and he was like, you guys kissed? It just was like, all right, come on, let's get to the interesting stuff.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, let's get to the mushrooms and the
Yeah, well, in the game so far, they're not going as deep into the Ellie Dina relationship as they did in the game. Like, they made a couple key changes to this episode in the game, so it was actually Dina and Ellie who went on the patrol together.
Okay, but my question is, in the game, is it interesting?
Yeah, and so where I was getting with that was they end up having a whole scene in the store, the 7-Eleven that has all the weed, where you just get more of their back and forth. Like, you can feel a little bit more of their like dynamic in their relationship, and they even have what I think I remember being like a sex scene. They at least make out on this couch, and they really do like show that it wasn't just a fluke at the party. They do hook up. Like, their dynamic is a little more fully realized. And so I did care about their relationship a little more in the game, and they've kind of taken some of those pieces of it and just pulled them out of the show for like the purpose of other decisions that they're making. So they seem to be like kind of pulling back on the Ellie Dina relationship.
I hope these changes that they're making are for a reason and pay off.
I feel like end of the world sex scenes kind of gross me out because I just feel like everybody probably stinks.
Oh, for sure.
Well, that's what people did for thousands of years. Just banged with poop in their butts.
History.
I like seeing the apology from the guy, but then they cut out the bigot sandwich line. Yeah, so she didn't say the bigot sandwich line, but I did laugh when she goes, "Yep," and just turns around and walks out.
I quoted that. He said,
Yeah, I giggled.
"Be safe out there," and she goes, "Yep."
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So with her going out with Jesse, I don't think they made that decision to have her and Jesse on the patrol with any sort of like, we want to not do Ellie and Dina's relationship as much. I think they decided that they were going to do the big horde attack at the compound. And so they wanted other characters to be out of the compound and ones that weren't in the compound in the game to be put into there. So they swapped characters around to make Tommy at the compound. And so I feel like a lot of the decisions where they're like breaking people up or moving people around was to get Tommy in the compound so they could have this big explosive event that didn't happen in the game.
Yeah.
And so I think what Chad was saying, like I worry that like by making those decisions for that scene, they might be like losing out on some of the
It
relationships.
changes character relationships. So I
Will you
hope
shut that cat up?
Let's see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so changing character relationships, I don't know if they're going to bring those around in a different way or if they just are shifting them.
I will say, as a viewer, however they switched it up, probably was a good thing because as a viewer like that didn't play the game, I was thinking, my mind was like, oh my gosh, Tommy's gonna die, and that would have been a big deal. Like I was fully entrenched in what was happening at the compound and how terrible it was, but it really distracted me from what actually was about to happen.
The scenery with Abby seeing Joel on the horseback and she's like up there freezing. Scenery looked great and they did a great job at making her feel very cold. Like I was cold seeing her face like so red. All that scenery was awesome.
I also thought that Joel saving Abby was going to change the course of their relationship. Like I thought that would have an impact, but
Last week you go, I think Abby's going to be like integrated into the show or maybe into the Jackson Hole group, and all of us are just sitting here silent like
I said
wishful thinking, Al.
But back to what Harry was saying before about Abby's motivation, I am still not sold on us knowing right away why she's there and why she wanted to kill Joel. But yeah, I know they're doing it so that people have sympathy for her and can get on both sides and see what is being set up for. But I don't know, for me it was more interesting when she was just like, who is this fucking character? She just killed our main guy, and then you find out later why.
Like
And
way
you're
later.
Like, oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, where do they go from here? You know, it's like kind of the Negan moment of The Walking Dead when he killed Glenn. It's like, well, don't need to watch this anymore.
Yeah, they're definitely going to lose viewers, but this is the same point where they lost a lot of gamers too. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Gamers were mad.
Yeah, and like people really took it out on like the actor of Abby. And
Yeah,
so,
she was getting death threats and stuff.
oh yeah. So maybe them like trying to create more sympathy for Abby early on might help the viewers like ease into the big reveal of Joel dying.
She was diabolical.
So when you're playing the game, none of the outcome like can be changed. It's just this is how the story goes because
Yeah, you're on a path.
the gameplay is like whether you kill the mushroom monsters or not.
Yeah, it's very like linear storytelling. You're just on a path.
But you're also fighting people and stuff.
Yeah, you fight a lot of people in the game. Like, also in the game as Joel in the first one, you kill a lot of people. In the show, I know he did kill people, but like Joel, like the whole game, you're just like offing a shit ton of people. So Joel is not a great person.
But it's a video game. You like have to.
Yeah. But there are other like main type computer characters that get killed that weren't in the show.
Yeah.
So are we talking about the thing, or are we going to talk about the invasion of the fungus monsters?
Well,
I say we
so
talk about
the pop farm, Eugene's pop farm. I brought that up last week, and there it was. They showed it.
yeah.
Boom.
We talk about leading up to the thing and then the thing. In the game, you had to like suspend your disbelief a little bit. It's like it's very lucky that she ran into Joel. In the game, it wasn't Joel and Dina; it was Joel and Tommy. But she kind of happens upon them similar to the game. But that scene when she goes to that building and gets caught between the fence, I thought was awesome.
That was
her
great.
crawling through the fence
Yeah.
was
I was stressed.
super intense. Like I knew she was going to get out of it, but I was still like on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, I was stressed about that.
I loved that scene. I thought it was great. And Chelsea, she goes, "Oh, it's convenient. There's a fence there." And I'm like, God damn it. Just let me enjoy one part. I'm the one who calls that shit out.
Well, there were a lot of convenient things in this episode.
For sure. And it's convenient that Joel it happened to be the one that she ran into out on a patrol.
It was kind of goofy with all the zombies just like frozen in the snow. It's like, what are they just chilling up there? Why?
Yeah, they talked about it a little bit. Like the top layer is kind of frozen, but underneath of it, they're like acting as like insulation for the horde underneath.
What were they waiting for?
Yeah, they all just gathered up.
I think the hibernation.
They're hibernating.
Once the fungies are disrupted, then it wakes them up or whatever. Is that?
Yeah,
not?
that's like it's like supposed to be like mycelium or whatever. There's like mushrooms really do have that system where they can communicate from many miles away.
But they all gather up and say, "All right, lay down.
Yeah,
You get on top of me, I'll get on top of him. We'll wait for our mushroom fingers to tingle, and then we'll get up and attack."
It was kind of creepy how they started moving.
I would be curious, with the ground moving.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I wonder if they, like, Abby specifically touched a fungi finger that told them it was worth coming out for, because a deer or a bunny running across that, like.
Well, no, I don't think it was Abby. It was the person in the town.
Yeah, when he
cut the fungi.
No, it's just
shoveling
coincidence
the
that
thing.
Abby.
It was, that the horde was up there, and Abby just had to be like in the crossfire.
Got it.
The scene was dope, though.
Yeah, it was
Loved
badass.
it.
Like just seeing the ground shifting.
Yeah,
Was
and
cool.
that scene of her running down the hill, and you see just like a wall of zombies behind her I loved it. The visuals were sweet, but there's some CGI in it that we're gonna get to.
That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. I was saying last season I felt like the CGI was a little better, or they had more practical zombie people. Like the bloater was more practical. There were just more practical things.
Yeah, when they first started crawling out of the snow.
like from the overhead shot.
Yeah, I audibly said, "Oh no."
Yeah, the part with the city, like the preparedness was pretty cool. Like I liked how they had all these things in place to fight. But then these motherfuckers are dumping barrels of oil outside their wooden door.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Just
Yeah.
gonna blow up fire barrels like right outside your
I
wall.
did think about
Your
that.
wooden walls.
Yeah, and
That
like
was
they didn't even
pretty-
like let the scene play out in a way where like you would be like, okay, maybe it's not as dangerous because they're burning up before they get to the door, or like trying to come up with a reason why it made sense. They just showed them all on fire against the door, and then it zooms out and the whole place is on fire.
We sort of set the camp on fire. Didn't think about that one.
Yeah, it did launch the barrels, but we kind of thought they would go farther. Shit.
The one big one is like, I don't know, he's just kind of moseying through the crowd, and Tommy's just watching him like, he's going to breach the fence. It's like, bitch, shoot him.
Yeah,
They
that's what
were
Brittany
shooting
said,
him.
too.
They were shooting him though.
Hardly. Like, he didn't even try.
Well, the one lady was shooting him before that.
But more people should have been. He's like the big one that's going to start ripping down the fence.
Yeah,
And speaking of
we're
that,
gonna go into the siege then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of. It seemed like there was a lot of plot armor on some of the characters.
oh my God, Tommy
Tommy
standing out
Just
in the
standing in the
open,
middle, and they're just running by him.
running past him, and he's like,
flying
cal-
over his head. Like,
he's calculating, and it's like, how does he have this much time?
and do you notice that sometimes they're like firing in the same direction as their other people?
Yeah,
It's like no one's getting stray bullets.
The whole Tommy, like the zombies running past him, it's like the bloater was like, "This one's mine."
Yeah.
And like I think that scene was cool when he was like tucked away with the bloater and you could
Yeah.
see him in the reflection walking in. Like that was menacing.
creepy.
That was
Yeah.
creepy. Also, like it didn't do a trope that we were both expecting, Brittany and I, when we were watching, where
Yeah,
like
I
his
know what you're
fire's
talking
running out and I'm like, someone's gonna shoot him and save him at the last second.
That's
And
what I
it-
thought.
It didn't do that. It happened to
Died.
burn up enough that it killed it. Like I thought that was a cool way to do that because I was expecting it to play out differently.
it raises its arm, and I was like, no, they're gonna shoot it.
No, Ellie's gonna
didn't.
jump on his back again. Those little back alleys, though, they looked like a video game set with all like the crates and stuff piled up,
Yeah,
which is
it's cool.
Yeah.
either fun or kind of goofy.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, very video gamey. Tommy would have known about that alleyway for sure. Like he's
Yeah,
like one of the
I was-
leaders of the town.
Confused about why he was surprised about that.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I knew it.
Why is this fence here?
This is where we keep all our crates. Damn it! You're supposed to move those on Tuesday.
Oh, Tommy, you really done did it this time. The wife shooting was like so stiff and no recoil. It's just boom, boom.
I was noticing
Boom.
that too. I think
Boom.
it's because they don't use a lot of blanks anymore. They do it all CGI. So now it's just a lot of it. There's not a lot of recoil to the guns. Some of them do, but some of them are very kind of still.
They definitely wanted this episode to be like the Game of Thrones episode when the zombies come pouring into that winter town.
Yeah.
And they jump out onto the boats. Like, it felt like the same. I wonder if the same studio.
Zombies in Game of Thrones?
Oh, yeah. They're like night zombies.
What?
They're snow zombies.
Yep.
You've never watched Game of Thrones, have you?
No, because when you guys were watching it, you said I wouldn't like it because there was too many dongs flopping around.
There are
and you guys watched it with mom and dad.
There are some big pork swords in
Game of Thrones. A lot of dongs, a lot of things that would rival the brother jerk-off scene from White Lotus.
I just don't want to look at floppy dongs next to my parents.
Oh, man. Remember when they showed Hold the Doors dong?
Mm-mm.
They showed Hold the Doors dong?
In like the first season, and it was prosthetic, but it was a girthy bastard.
I don't remember that.
No.
Yeah, it was large and in charge.
All right, Chad, when you edit this, will you put a big screen cap of it?
Sure. Might have to blur it.
Okay, so back to the siege. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I feel like it didn't need it. Like, I feel like the episode could have been more menacing and building up to Joel's thing. But the dogs that they let out, just CGI flying dogs everywhere.
I was kind of wondering how the dogs work. You know, it's like you just know the dogs are going to attack the zombies and they'll be good at killing them.
Yeah, they probably capture zombies and train with them. We just missed all that build-up.
But I will say, I really like the siege in the town being on fire to distract Joel, because like I know that was a big complaint in the game, is that Tommy and Joel would never trust those people and would like never go with them. And so like Joel definitely had his guard down, and like he kept looking out the window at the city, and he's definitely like caught off guard. And I think that was a cool way to like, I don't want to say fix it because it's not a big complaint, but it definitely helped with that.
I was kind of torn on it because at least when it showed Joel before he got to the cabin looking down on the town on fire, I just couldn't imagine Joel not like saying like, hey, run up to, like, I got to go help my people and run down. Like, it to me felt almost less believable that he would go up at that point to the cabin, seeing everyone on fire, knowing that Ellie was probably there. He did leave her behind and Tommy was there. I just would picture Joel dropping everything to go to the town.
He definitely would. He would. Yeah. She was like, we got blankets. And he's like, blankets sound nice.
It is pretty cold out.
You got hot cocoa? I mean, we can wait this out together, I guess.
He's out the window. He's like, come on, guys. We really got to go. It looks bad out there.
They seem like they got it under control.
Some of my notes, it says Tommy and Joel being together, or not being together, having a fire at Jackson to distract Joel was cool. The flashback, LOL.
Oh my God. I'm so sick of that.
Wait, what was the flashback?
She goes, do you remember an innocent doctor you killed? And it showed a clip from season 1.
Oh, yeah. Flashback. What are we going to do if Last of Us is worth talking about? No one said.
And you don't think it was worth talking about? Like,
can we not confirm at least?
You just moved on from it? Like,
he just assumed and showed up in a...
Chad decided amongst himself that it wasn't. Yeah. Didn't confirm with us.
Didn't ask any of us and just showed up in a DIY costume.
Maybe I'm the Last of Us who cares about what sentences actually mean.
Ah!
That one. You do remember.
Now the audience remembers.
Yeah, it was like she was playing it on the screen like a YouTube commentary or something. She was like, this doctor right here? Yeah.
So with Joel like running into Abby, that they ended up addressing one of the biggest complaints from the game, which was that in the game, when they run into Joel and Tommy, Joel says, my name is Joel, and that's like when everybody kind of freezes up and it's like, this is the guy we're looking for. And everyone online was complaining that Joel would never just give up his name to this group of strangers like that. He would be smarter than that. And so they did change that by having Dina say Joel and having that play out differently.
Joel, the guy that killed the doctor, where are you?
Oh, Joel.
I do like that's like they at least addressed it. But like all the changes they made to get there, with Dina being there, taking Tommy out of the situation, Tommy being there with Joel in the game, it created some ramifications later of like his guilt of like, does he help with this revenge plot? Was he like not able to save his brother? in the situation. Like, he had guilt from that situation where Joel got killed because he was actually there. At the same time, I rewatched that scene from the game after watching the episode, and the way that they like got Tommy out of the situation was they just knocked him out and he was just out for the rest of it, which to me is a trope I also don't like either. So yeah, I don't know quite how I feel. We'll have to see where it plays out later with what they use Tommy for now that he wasn't at the scene where Joel got killed.
Yeah, like it's been so long since I played it, so like honestly I am sort of getting to the point where I'm not comparing it as much because I don't remember the second game a whole lot. I remember the first game a lot more just because, like, I don't know, like I love the first game so much and I really love playing the second game, but I just don't remember the story as much.
There's a
so-
lot of plot points I don't remember either,
Same.
and like deaths and things that happen that I don't totally recall.
Yeah, like rewatching that ending from the game, I realized that, whoa, there's like 3 extra CW characters with this group
Yeah.
in the game than there was in the show. So
Yeah,
like, they're going to
immediately-
start combining characters there too.
Immediately after the episode, I went to YouTube and watched the game death to see how it compared. And I didn't realize how little Abby spoke before killing Joel. In the show, she like gave a whole monologue and then Joel told her to shut up. Whereas in the game, she like tries to start talking and he just tells her to like save it and just do it.
Yeah, that's one thing that bothers me about TV shows and scenes like that is how the characters just over talk. They like
Yeah.
over monologue and tell everything.
When he told her to shut up, I was like, oh, good, somebody said it.
Yeah.
Because I was done listening
But
to her.
she was great though. I really liked her as Abby. Like not the actress, but I hate that woman. Like I despise her. The character.
Like Abby, the character.
Yeah. I don't hate the actress.
I didn't think she was cool enough to be the one who kills Joel. I was like a little bummed
well,
about
in
that.
the game, she's way buffer. She's like
Yeah, she's
super
jacked.
big and ripped.
She's like Jake.
She's like a muscle builder. She's
yeah,
a Jake.
so like this person, she's kind of giving me Ellie, where it's like they're not giving me enough reason to be. I know she's not supposed to be likable because she just killed like a lovable character, but I just I haven't bought into her as a
Yeah, and I think that's
baddie.
fair. And in the game, like, you really haven't bought into her. Like, you don't know anything about her. Like, you know more Allie in this scene than we did when we played the game.
But it's not that I don't know enough about her. It's that what I do know, she seems too, like, almost too soft or like not decisive or bad enough to do what she did.
Man, I thought she was diabolical.
In that moment, she was diabolical, but up until then, no. Like, even the way she was rummaging through the snow, I was like, I get it, you're cold, but toughen up a little bit.
Yeah, I felt like her character, like, even in the game, when she was eventually saved by Joel, then I'm like, man, that's going to be tough for her to, like, still follow through with it after being saved by him and treated well by him in that small interaction that they had. But that
Nope.
just switch gets flipped, and I bought into it. I bought into at least the actress playing Abby. It's interesting that they even like try to like cast to the same type of character, like size that the original Abby was, because she was like an impending force size wise, and she could go like toe to toe with some of the bigger characters. And I feel like that was a very purposeful choice with that character that they just dropped for the show, which I'm ultimately cool with, but it's just interesting that they decided to just drop that entirely, especially because it was such like a big part of the conversation.
Yeah, she was so you were worried about running into her, and she was so strong. You know, she
Yeah.
was a force that they had to deal with.
Yeah,
I don't her like body type doesn't bother me as much as I don't buy her personality as tough.
But also just having muscles doesn't make you like be able to fight and take down people, but
Right, but
it doesn't bother me her size in the game or in the show either.
I agree with you, Justin, that like I'm also starting to like separate the show
Yeah.
from the game now.
Feels good.
It is. I'm starting to just be able to sit and watch it and not do the comparison game. But I still, when they make choices like that, Abby's size, there is like important kind of visual things that happen later in the game that they're not going to be able to do now.
Yeah, it's
What are
just a
you gonna
matter
do?
of why they make these changes and what they do with them.
Mhm.
Yeah, so the scene.
So we can talk about it now?
Yeah, Ellie has, since you had not played the game, how shocking was that to see? Because in the game, when I played it, I couldn't believe it. Like, I was like, I just played as this character for 12 hours, and now this random character just killed him.
That's not how I felt about it. But I didn't think that was going to happen until it actually happened. Like, I was like, there's no way. Even when they were like, she was bashing him in, she was going putt-putt wild. She was playing whack-a-mole on his limbs. I didn't think. I'm like, well, that's going to be annoying to have to heal. He's going to be like mom on her crutches scooting around the house.
I feel like a lot of non-gamers were probably like, Ellie's just around the corner, here it comes. Like, I feel like a lot of people are probably extremely surprised right now.
For sure.
Yeah.
When I first experienced the scene, the shotgun to the knee was when it all like kind of like, how do you recover from that in the world that they're in? He just took a shotgun to the knee, and I was like, are they going to kill Joel right now? Like, how do you move on from here?
How am I gonna? Do I have to limp around the rest of this game?
It was kind of, I know this is like a lot of gamers, because, you know, people complain about everything. They are like so mad that the golf club didn't break. They're like, I've broken golf clubs way easier than that. So then the show fixed it, which is like, I feel like that was an Easter egg for the gamers.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did the
Yeah, it
golf
was-
club thing. Allie, when you first saw the golf clubs, were you like, uh-oh, is this what they were talking about?
No, I totally forgot that you said anything about the golfing scene. When I saw the golf clubs, I was like, why'd they zoom in on that? Are they going to go play around with
Oh,
this?
man,
Like, you're going to encounter some mushrooms on the back nine?
The beginning of the episode, when it first shows Abby's crew, I saw the golf clubs behind her, and I was like, uh-oh, it is going to happen this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I kept checking my phone, though, like the time, and I'm like, they're focusing on this zombie horde attack, and I'm just like, it's not happening this episode. There's no way. Like, where the episode's almost over, and then I thought it was going to be a cliffhanger. Like, he gets shot in the knee, and then goes to
Yeah.
a cliffhanger.
Ellie telling Joel to wake up over and over was a little bit Simba Mufasa, but it was pretty devastating.
In the game, it's pretty intense, and honestly, I do think that their additions to that scene were better than the game. Like Joel trying to lift his head, and then her crawling over to Joel and laying on top of him instead of them knocking her out was
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
Yeah,
was
and that when I watched that, I was like, okay, so obviously that means we're going to talk about The Last of Us today, which
Yeah.
is why I didn't show up in Minecraft gear, because that scene was so intense.
Yeah, Chad just
Like, there's no way we're not going to talk about this.
Chad just watched the most intense, intense death scene since the Red Wedding.
Can we
And
talk
this is
about
what he's-
Minecraft now?
This is what he shows up in.
No, this is an incense burner thing.
Why in your mind did you think that Minecraft was even on the table today?
Yeah, Chad
don't know,
literally
it's just the-
watched Joel die last night and was like, that can't be that interesting.
I was just kind of bored by it, I think.
But you know what he wasn't bored
Chad-
by?
Chicken jockey!
Chicken jockey!
I just can't take it serious with the hat on.
This would not have been as funny if he just showed up like this for Minecraft.
I
It's
know.
way funnier that we waited for him for 45 minutes and then he showed up like that.
Is that
It
a
took me
sock?
it took me a minute to find out what it was, because I was so in the Last of Us headspace.
No, I'm a floater. No, I'm a clicker.
Is that like a cum sock for the eyebrows?
Yeah. That's how I stuck it on there.
That's what I was thinking.
Disgusting.
How'd you get the nose on?
Tape.
That's only hanging on my teeth. I wish we
So
could have
silly.
seen Chad putting this together.
I
'cause
know.
you know how he laughs at his own jokes? Like, he probably was
He was
sitting there
definitely
giggling
laughing.
to
Well, I
himself
woke
while he
up
was
late.
crafting.
I woke up late, so I was frantically just stabbing with scissors to get the eyes out.
He was doing the stab again.
Yeah.
I can't believe how well the nose is staying on.
I know, it was like ventilation tape.
And then Justin was like, "Why did you switch mics?" He was like, "So I could fit it inside the box."
Yeah, the other one wouldn't fit.
So
Anyway, I'm glad that they did the thing with Joel, but also it's like similar with the game. I'm also not glad they did the thing. I'll come around to it, but they had the balls to do it, so that was cool.
I can't look at the computer.
Yeah, I am concerned because I feel like you might have to take that off.
I'm sorry. He's so serious.
People who are only listening to this, like if people don't watch the video, are going to be so confused.
Oh, all right,
Yeah,
I'll stop.
Watch the video, rookies.
I am nervous about the rest of the season because I feel like Joel is the thing that makes Ellie likable. Even though my notes I wrote Joel is the thing that makes Joel likable, but what I meant was Joel is the thing that makes Ellie likable. So now
Currently,
like she's gonna have to go forage for some redeeming qualities because I'm not interested.
yeah, they're gonna have to change her character.
Justin, get
Personality.
over it.
It's just when he talks. You can just mute my mic.
Yeah, we have business to attend to.
Oh man, I'm crying.
But yeah, Ellie's not really likable in this, so they're gonna have to figure that out.
Okay, so then another note that I had. So why is the body bag so small? It looks like they chopped him up before dragging him down the hill.
Yeah,
I didn't
I'll have to
notice
watch it
that,
again.
but we did notice that they left the other 2 horses behind.
Yeah, the horses were gone.
So yeah, I'm sure they'll just go back and get them. But at first, I was like, "What the fuck? 4 horses?"
Yeah,
But the song that they played was performed by the voice actress of Ellie,
Oh,
Ashley
really?
Johnson.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
So
Wasn't it
you
crazy
Can
in the-
really hear her voice in it when you go back and listen.
I'll have to
on
go
the-
back.
on the first season when Ellie's voice actress is Ellie's mom.
mm-hmm.
That episode started and you didn't even see Ellie. You just heard her grunting while running, and immediately it's like, oh, that's Ellie. That's the voice actress. It's crazy how recognizable her voice is because of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't think I'll ever come around to.
Justin.
Joel being out of it.
You can't get mad at me for laughing at Chad's joke.
Yes,
I'm
I
funny.
can.
Why? That's the point of this.
You're giving him too much attention.
It's funny.
But I don't think I'm gonna be able to get around to Bella as Ellie. I don't think I'll ever be able to like her as a replacement for Ellie because their characters are slightly different, and how they wrote Ellie and how she was performed in the game, she was kind of a shit, and she was quirky and made dumb jokes and was also a shitty person in a lot of season 2 or the second game especially. But they were able to toe all those lines perfectly to make a really likable character. So it's really hard to make any sort of changes, whether it's just the actress playing her, her motivations, her other relationships. I don't think that's an easy task to have anyone replace the original character.
I don't think she
fucking can't.
also she just doesn't really sell it well. It's gonna be hard to.
Well, I remember when
It's gonna be
the
hard
first-
to. It's gonna be hard to take her seriously. You know.
when the first season ended. I remember Chad texting me, and he's just like, "Justin, ... Just imagine the second game with the current casting." He's like, "Just imagine it." I'm like, damn it, Chad.
It's because a lot of the show is going to rest on Bella Ramsey's shoulders. It's a
gonna
lot
be hard.
of Ellie now.
But Joel is still going to be in it. They're not going to drop Pedro Pascal. He's going to be in it a lot, flashbacks.
If you get a message that says, "If this happens, then we're doing this," but
Yeah,
then
but
no
you're
one
leaving
says,
out the follow-up messages, which kind of said okay, well then
No,
let's
'cause
plan
Harry left
on.
out-
You can't have if then and then you decide independently what the
You
result
decided
of it was.
no, because this was the original. This was the original plan. So why would I change it if it's not confirmed to change? If you guys would have texted the group and said, "Hey, we're doing Last of Us," it would have been a whole lot easier for everyone.
How did the three of us understand that out of the text messages
Yeah.
and you didn't?
I think you guys already decided for yourselves and didn't tell me.
Well, you can't just make a decision amongst yourself and
did.
not tell the group.
No, Chad, you did.
The episode was like the biggest moment in the whole series. Do you disagree?
Yeah, let's see if the who the viewers think is right.
Do you think we're gonna get any more Moira? Because
she wasn't in
she
it.
literally just like a start the season off character?
Who's the actress who plays Abby?
Oh.
Caitlin Diver or something. It said guest starring in the credits. So does that mean that she's not in it the rest of the season?
Maybe she goes away, and maybe this season is Ellie and Dina tracking her down,
Yeah.
and they
'Cause
meet
I noticed
up
that
again
it
at
said-
the end of it.
I was very confused when it said guest starring.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. And same with the Moira character. Like, I'm sure she'll be back. I know the Eugene character that she was married to, that whole like side plot that they've created. They cast someone to play Eugene, so we're definitely getting some more scenes with him. So I'm sure Moira will be back.
Oh no.
Cypher from the Matrix.
Characters that have little to do with the game that they're going to give a whole episode to.
It probably will be a whole backstory episode
Moira and
where you see what
Eugene.
happens to Eugene.
Yeah. So they can have Pedro
Remember-
Pascal in again.
She must not know about Eugene's little weed farm because Joel paid her with weed, right?
Why would anyone care that he's growing weed? It's the apocalypse. Like, why does he have to go out into danger to grow weed?
Because
And
he
how's
wants
he
to keep his stash.
But he said like they didn't approve of him wanting to grow weed. Why?
Resources.
Just seems like something you wouldn't really care about. And where's their food coming from? I didn't see any like farming or anything.
Hunting
Probably he's
and
right behind the-
scouting and...
Salon.
Is there anything else we need to touch on?
The one thing, so I liked the big horde attack. That wasn't that wasn't in the game. For the listeners, Chad's head just fell off. Probably still need to watch to know what I'm talking about.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
I also made the connection between Game of Thrones, like the Long Night episode. Like I felt like this was a better big horde zombie attack scene than they pulled off in Game of Thrones, like the big climax with the White
Well, that's 'cause
Walkers.
this was during the day.
Yeah, it was just like it was done better. Like some of the scenes, like I was like, damn, that was badass. Like there's really cool shit. I didn't really understand how it resolved. It was just kind of like
Over.
Like we won.
It did the long night thing when like there's just it's overrun. There's hordes of them, and it's like, oh, main character's dead. Nope.
Yeah,
Everything's
and they kept
good.
like pounding on the doors, like they're gonna get in the basements, but like they didn't, right?
The zombies just pushed open doors and then went upstairs to the rooftops where the snipers were. And it's
Wait,
like,
no.
you guys wouldn't have locked that door.
And then Tommy's wife, like the horde comes up the stairs out onto the roof. She runs past them and then down the stairs where the horde just came up. So she's really lucky that it was only like a group of them and not just a continuous stream of them.
in Game of Thrones, it was the little sister lady flew out through the air and killed the main guy, and then they all died.
Little sister lady. Oh, Arya.
Arya. She flies through slow motion, kills him, like Abby or Ellie.
HBO's got a thing for flying, stabbing little characters.
She fly stabs him, and then they all they poof.
That would be a good time to insert the "I was wrong."
I was wrong! Blow the bridge! Blow the fucking bridge!
I was a little bit confused when the zombies started turning. Is it because they knew one was getting through the wall? Like, remember, they're all running, and then they all start turning, and Tommy's watching them like turn, and like I thought it was like something happened down this way.
It turned because the wife and her friends were shooting at them, and they just noticed they were getting shot at from that direction.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Tommy was like, "Oh no, the bloater's going after my wife. I gotta run. I gotta go right down through all these zombies and straight to it."
Is it called a bloater in the game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it read to me like they found a way in, like they were breaching on that side, and so that's why they're like, "All right, come this way." But then it wasn't breached yet, so then they busted it down, and I guess they found a weakness.
You got to take the part when Tommy sees the bloater and it starts coming towards him and splice in the Spider-Man, like, "You're mine, Parker," when he does the cage fight. And that dude's like giant. That's what it felt like. It's like made eye contact with the bloater. "You, me, right now."
Does the bloater have that much awareness?
I think so.
To be like,
I think.
this guy.
Well, he did in the
He
first
seems
one.
important.
He ripped people in half in the first one.
It looked cooler in the first season.
I wonder if they used all CGI for that one, for this one. I know the first one is like a big suit, and then they digitally enhanced like the greasiness and everything.
It was like an egger suit.
It was like an Egger suit.
A what?
Egger suit?
I didn't say that. I said it was like a big suit.
Yeah.
That was like an Egger suit.
Yeah.
I don't know the reference.
Sugar. Water.
Like a skin was stretched over its face.
More.
I'm out of the loop.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, you have to watch the episode.
Too young.
Too young for Men in Black.
Grow up, loser.
How
Now
do
we
you
have to
know Men in
put-
Black quotes?
Now we have to put a Men in Black, a picture of us all dressed in Men in Black except for Chad.
Oh.
Just like Minecraft today. It's always leaving me out. I get dressed up, you don't tell me not to. You guys get dressed up, you don't tell me when to.
We told you about the Men in Black thing. You were too cool.
Nope.
Ask Mom.
Nope.
There's no way we didn't tell you.
Yeah. Just always leaving me out.
Yeah, so Last of Us, trying to be Game of Thrones, and that's all she wrote.
Well, is it total dog shit? This
No.
episode? Is that what we're rating? This episode?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're headed towards stepping in
Yeah.
some shit.
We might be trailing some shit
I feel
through
like
the mountains.
We're
for a
running in
while.
somebody's backyard and somebody's like, watch out for the dog poop. And we don't watch out.
No, I think this one is a good analogy of the snow has melted and the dog shit is revealed, like I said last week. But like this one really works because there was a whole pile of dog shit under the snow, and then it
But also,
came out after them.
But also because the turd is frozen, it doesn't really smell. But it's there.
I know, but once it
Yeah, and
Once it melts,
we
though,
have
it does
warm
stink.
weather
Yeah, but
coming
it's gonna
up.
melt.
it's thawing.
It's thawing out.
Yeah.
Once the sun hits it,
Ellie's putting in her satchel, and it's gonna warm up in there like a candy bar that you forgot was in your book bag, and it's gonna melt all over the place.
We're going to go out and be like, oh, we should make a snowman before it all melts. And we're just going to scoop it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
I thought it wasn't total dog shit. It was
the
It wasn't
episode's
total.
not total dog shit.
No, not total dog shit. I was a little kind of sort of blasé about it. I liked the scene.
Yeah,
where
we can tell by the way you came cosplay for Minecraft.
I liked the scene, the Joel scene, and overall it was good. But I'm just feeling a little indifferent, I think. But that's just me.
Yeah, I definitely know your skepticism about the rest of this series, like season 2 and 3, because of we know what's going to come next. But as far as nailing the Joel scene, I think they did a great job. Like I thought the changes they made sense.
The stab in the neck.
The stab in the neck made sense. It's also the character is now smaller. Same with the first episode of season 1. Like these two of like the most important scenes, I feel like they're nailing. It's kind of the stuff in between that kind of lost us in the first season that I think will probably lose people in the second season. But this is probably one of my favorite episodes of the show, not just this season.
I like that they had the balls to do it.
Yeah, and
But
in the game,
Chad
the
likes
final
the balls.
the final blow in the game is a crack to the head with the golf club, and I kind of feel like that may have been too violent. Like it was already really violent, but I think that would have I think Walking Dead kind of learned their lesson a little bit when Negan, it showed the dude's head it just pulp and he's still hitting it with the bat, and it was like
That was actually when I stopped watching that show. 'cause
Yeah,
that
it
scene was
turned off a lot
little
of
too much
people.
for me.
because it's like you can watch people get bit by zombies, you can watch zombies getting shot in the head, and it's not the same as like another human brutally killing somebody like that. So I think the neck stab. People are complaining online about the neck stab. They're like they're like so anticlimactic, and I thought it was kind of cool that it wasn't like this big final like goodbye, Joel. It was just like gotta get the fuck out of here, bam. And I don't dislike that change.
I thought it was I thought the next stab was like shocking. As a non-game player, I thought it was a great episode.
I was in tears watching it. It was really hard to see Pedro Pascal like that.
You baby.
Well, I've seen his head explode in Game of Thrones, so.
And they gave him, like Justin said, they gave him a moment where he like actually got to catch eyes with Ellie and like lift his head up, and like he got a little bit of recognition of what was happening with Ellie in the scene too. So like it just, I feel like overall that scene played out more emotional and I don't know, tasteful.
People online are saying it was super rushed, and I didn't feel that at all.
I'm glad they did it early. Well,
maybe not.
You won't be.
It's interesting that they did it early, but I wouldn't say, maybe I'm not glad, because now I don't really know if I want to. I'm going to watch it. I don't think I'm going to like it.
I imagine we won't be doing an episode for next week's episode. We can check back in.
Well,
later
if we do, you're going to have to confirm through text.
We're going to have to spell everything out very clearly for Chad from now on.
Yeah.
Well, Chad
so
does this.
What are we doing
Chad does
next,
this for
Chad?
a living. Chad does this for a living, so of course he needs it to be like in writing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's the professional here.
What movie are we doing next before we start building homemade costumes for the podcast?
We're doing Minecraft.
What the hell just fell out of it?
Probably a receipt.
He's still actively using the Minecraft head as a piece of storage.
He's going to have to patch the holes later. so
Wait,
he
did
can
you go
still
buy
use the
that box? Or
No.
like, did you just have it?
I had it. I was going to use it
Yeah.
for a return, but I kind of put holes in it, so.
I'm very excited for you to wear that on the next episode.
I just don't know how they carry on this show without Joel.
I'm nervous.
Flashbacks. Lots of flashbacks.
Flashback.
Ah! Yeah, so Chad got outvoted 3-1 on the Minecraft movie, and clearly he liked it more than us.
Maybe. We'll see.
I'm thinking maybe the rule could be that if someone's voted 3-1, then that person gets to choose the next movie instead of a revote. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll choose the next movie.
No, Chad's going to make us watch the dumbest... He's going to be like, this is really thought-provoking, and it's just going to be 2 hours of nothing.
I made him sit through 2 hours of Minecraft, so
Yeah.
Oh
Very
man,
fair.
me and Harry have some good stuff from Minecraft.
Oh, Mom goes... we started talking about Minecraft or... Either Minecraft or The Last of Us. And Mom goes, don't say anything, save it for your little chat.
Yeah, your little
Little
chat.
chat.
That's what she thinks about the podcast.
That's what it is, though.
It is just a little chat.
It's just funny how Mom accidentally, like...
She's so like patronizing and condescending.
your cringy little chat.
Your little chat. Yeah, it's really cringy. Or yeah, the text.
Oh, yeah.
Like text Mom something so exciting, and then she just sent back, yeah.
Well, she thought she was saying yay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say anything, save it for your little chat.
That went on for like 2 years.
Mom, I got a new job. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll call Dad.
All right. Well, not total dog shit.
Not yet.
That episode was great. I do feel like maybe they didn't need the zombie attack and could have kept everything with
Still
Joel.
some issues with it.
No. I liked the zombie attack.
But
I
the
liked,
main thing was pretty good.
I liked the action. I liked it in contrast with last week's episode.
Next week is going to be the steamer.
It's going to be a snooze fest.
You think
Yeah.
with everybody finding out that Joel died?
Well, it's
They
going to
just-
be it's going to be Moira and Eugene falling in love and building a farm.
Integrity weed.
Well, they bought themselves like 2 episodes of downtime
Yeah,
by
it's going to be
having a zombie
downtime
attack.
episode.
By having a zombie attack and having Joel die, they bought themselves a lot of free time.
Moira's going to be getting her therapist license. She's flashback to her grad school and before the apocalypse. She
We're gonna
meets
get-
Eugene.
She gets strawberry seeds.
Pedro Pascal's like in his 20s.
I did read that they are doing like flashbacks to the beginning of the apocalypse. I don't know if that's true.
I mean, that's... Oh,
Charge your battery.
Perfect timing. So Chad, what's the next film?
I don't know. Well, Minecraft is next, but I got to think about what I want to choose.
I love that you had to go watch the Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
And you were so against it.
I didn't want to spend my weekend doing that.
Well, now look at you.
I didn't think
You've had an awakening.
I didn't think I would ever watch it. I had no reason to.
You went and saw it, didn't want to, and now you're the biggest fan.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, I'm scared for what he's going to make us watch.
It's going to be pretty damn good.
Also,
Pretty artsy.
I'm so excited to talk about Minecraft.
I know.
Me
I was
too.
like,
Obviously.
clearly,
Clearly, I was excited.
Minecraft is going to be fun.
Chad gotta get a better camera set up.
I need to watch a recap video of what happens because it was all
Yeah.
kind of like blurs. Let's not say anything.
Yeah. No, don't go there.
All right. I got to go do some work.
Okay, bye.
Me too.
Bye. Ah!
Wait, Chad finally logs on after 45 minutes and he's got a fucking fox on his head.